Okay, welcome. You've reached the final session of our formal presentations, and I think we've saved in many ways the best for last because now's your chance to hear from some of our amazing current students. I love this part of the open house because you get to hear from our current students about what they think about Carleton, their programs, living on campus, residents, joining clubs, and the whole gamut. And we look forward to sharing this with you. I also want to highlight before we start that the prizes haven't been awarded yet. So if you're still here and thinking that you'd like to win one of those, be sure to ask questions and engage. And the winners will be announced once we conclude. So again, welcome to the International Students Panel. And I guess the best place to begin is with introductions. So again, I'm Rob, and I'm happy to be here. And I invite Aisha to introduce herself.
Hi, so my name is Aisha. I'm from Nigeria. I'm currently in my third year of the health science program. My concentration is environment and health. And yeah, it's nice to meet everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Dishalini and I am an international student from Mauritius, and I am a second year student studying information technology, and my concentration is information resource management, and I expect to graduate in 2026.
Hi everyone, my name is Quinn. I'm from Vietnam and I'm a third year student in computer science and I'll be graduating in 2025. So nice to meet you all.
Very cool. Lots of different programs here. So looking forward to hearing more about this. Thank you all again for joining us. I guess a good place maybe to begin would be I'd love to hear a highlight of your experience at Carleton so far. It could be academic or extracurricular, just something that you found really, meaningful to you personally. Aisha, perhaps you could get us started.
Yeah, of course. So I definitely say the most interesting experience I've had is just the different clubs. When I firstly came, I found it a little bit difficult to make friends, but then that was such a great way to start just because there's so many clubs tailored to so many different interests. So like there's something for everybody. So I definitely say that's a highlight so far.
That sounds really interesting. Would you share with us maybe a couple of the clubs you got involved in?
So I mostly the Black Students Association and the African Students Association, just because I was looking for something very close to home where, something familiar just to get out of my comfort zone, but, still be comfortable, I guess.
Nice, I love it. How about you, Dishali?
So anything that's Carlton related is always an enjoyable experience. So since I enjoy my classes and at the very moment I am working on a coding project which really spikes my interest. So I really enjoy learning about the ways to implement coding in my everyday, task. And so since we're currently in exam season and it's snowing, Carlton's clubs are also organizing a lot of activities. And on campus. And for instance, on residence, for example, we have self-care nights that are happening, to reduce the stress, the anxiety just before exams. So, I used to participate a lot in those, and honestly, they were a highlight for me because I get to meet other students that are also stressed, and having a conversation sometimes always helps. And yeah, that's how I made most of my friends too. So yeah.
That sounds very cool. I'm hearing get involved. The more you get involved, the more you meet people, I guess, right? Nice. Quinn, how about yourself?
The highlight of my experience at Carleton so far are the events that I joined at Carleton, especially the Panda Game. So the Panic Game is an annual football game between Carleton and University of Ottawa. And it was so fun to see students from both schools wearing their school's merch and cheering for the team. And it was a wonderful time to show the school spirit too. And I also made a lot of new friends from both of the schools. So that was one of my highlight this year.
I love it. That's great. The Panda game is a lot of fun. If you guys come, you're definitely going to enjoy that. I encourage you to check it out. The next question I wanted to ask everybody, I mean, I think as for our audience anyways, as you're sitting there contemplating the world in terms of where you might go and live and study and spend the next 4 years of your life, what attracted you to Canada in general, and I guess to Carleton in particular? Aisha, if you could get us started.
Yeah, definitely. So I already had like three of my siblings that were in Canada studying, and they were like all over. Particularly, I had a sister who came to Carleton, and she had a really great experience, and our parents kind of just wanted us all in the same place. But as for what attracted me to Carleton in particular, I find that I was looking for something very specific in terms of my program. And although other universities, they had similar things, but Carleton's program was just really tailored to exactly what I was looking for. And it was broad, but at the same time, there were like different concentrations. So you could really choose like what exactly it is that you liked. And yeah, that was definitely a huge factor. And Carlton is also very like good with scholarships, so that was definitely something else that I considered.
Nice. How about you, Dishalini?
Well, I've always wanted to experience the cold, and as we all know, Canada is known for its very cold weather. And coming from a tropical island myself, the only two seasons I've experienced was summer and a warm winter. And but the winter back home again, it's nothing compared to here. We don't have snow. We just have like a cold breeze. And so the snow here is really what attracted me, and like living in a space where it's like four seasons. And yeah, so with the proper winter gears right now, I am having a great time, and for sure I can't wait to experience winter sports and such as ice skating. In terms of my program, I just like Aisha said, I was looking for something that was tailored to me, and I really like technology and business. And when I looked at the programs, they offered information resource management, which combines the both of them. So I was like, okay, well, might as well just apply. And of course, the scholarships is also beneficial to us international students. So this is also what um, got my attention, and that's why I applied to Carleton in particular.
Nice. Yeah, when it's a little colder, the Rideau Canal will open and you can skate on the world's largest skating rink, or maybe try downhill skiing or snowboarding. And my favorite is Nordic skiing, which we have groomed ski trails throughout the city. So yeah, if you do come from a warm place, don't be intimidated. Lots of fun things to do, and of course the tunnels are great. And then hot summers, so you kind of get the best of both. But what were your thoughts, Quinn? What made you come to Canada and Carleton?
I was attracted to Canada because of its high standard of living and diverse culture. So as I made more new friends here, I learned more about like many cultures around the world, and also it's controversial, but I like winter, but I don't like winter. So winter is cold, which I don't like, but I love skiing. So when I came here, I learned how to ski, how to skate, and I just love the winter sport here. And in the particular, Carleton University is known for its academic programs, nice scholarship offers, and as well as it is in the capital, Ottawa. And also, Ottawa has Canada, and it is known for it is known as a Silicon Valley North. So it would be a benefit for a computer science student myself when it comes to finding jobs or internships. So that was why I chose Carleton.
Nice. I love it. Loving winter and hating winter is the most Canadian thing ever, I would say. So that's interesting to hear. Cool. So one of the main things I think that people choose when they're picking a university, obviously, is these all these factors, but of course the program is really at the heart of it. And so I'd love to hear from you guys about what the best part of your program has been so far. What's the key thing that you think makes it great? Aisha?
So I'd say my program, it's definitely taught me a lot about what I like, what I really like, and what I really don't like. Because, coming from high school, even though you do like a lot more subjects, it's kind of like just the broad learning. But then when you're in university, you're kind of going like in depth, the nitty gritty. And so you really get to see like, am I really interested in this? Or like, is this just not for me? And in health science, because of like according depending on your concentration, you're able to take like different combinations of classes, so you're just able to get a feel of like, okay, like what do I really want to spend the rest of my life doing? Like, do I really like chemistry, or did I just have to do it? Or so it's kind of like that. So that's my favorite part so far, just being able to explore what I'm really interested in.
That's a big piece. I don't think I had considered that before being a university student all those years ago, but it is a exploratory process. So you're going to be exposed to different topics, and some of them will be really amazing, and it might change the direction of your thinking about what you want to do. And others you might realize, oh, I thought I liked that, but I don't. And you have time to change and learn all these different things. So that's an important piece. What about you, Tishalini? What were your thoughts on this?
Well, it's true. It's an like we explore every day of our lives when we are at university, and it's not an easy process moving from high school to university. But I guess for me, my favorite part about my program is definitely everything, because everything is so new, and the best approach for me is to embrace all the new things. So I'm learning everything in such a way that I've never, learned before, like new teachers, new classmates, and it gives me a different views on different materials that I am dealing with in my classes. And in this case, I do information resource management, which tackles a lot of data management. So yeah, it helps me understand how important data is. But again, as an international student, you question, you tell yourself if it's really worth it, but you give yourself time to adapt, to understand, and eventually everything finds its way. So yeah, right now I am enjoying my program a lot. Although I had some ideas before, but now it's like I know exactly towards where I'm heading, and even if my plans change, I still have an idea of what's going on. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you. How about you, Quinn?
Um, I for my program, I like the clubs and the events that my program provided. So I got to be a volunteer for a Carleton Computer Science Society to help building a better grading program for a computer science course. So which is really nice because I can use the knowledge that I've learned um, in my courses and then apply to the thing that may grade my assignments. But yeah, it was nice. And there are career fairs that is where I learned how to network with the recruiters and everyone else and know more about tech companies in the industry. And I also be able to make a lot of new friends that have the same program as I do, so that we can study together, helping each other out, or sometimes just complain how stressful the final week is together. So yeah, I really like my program so far.
That's great. I agree. I think networking is key, and all the friendships you make along the way that help you get through the difficult times with school is also very, very important. I'm curious. I think each of you has quite different programs and approaches, but I'm curious about what you might do that adds to your degree, perhaps a minor or a specialization that might tailor your degree in a more unique way. It's sort of like, oh, I can study this subject, but by adding this to it, kind of appeals to me because of this aspect of what I want to do. I'm not sure if you had thoughts on that, but Aisha, what do you think?
Yeah, so the health science program in Carleton offers placements. So you do it in your fourth year, and it really just gives you the necessary experience that you need, like to actually go into the healthcare field, just because it might seem like it's starting to get a little bit saturated and people kind of get discouraged. But when you go out there, you see that it's such a vast field and there's so much that you can do. So again, you're able to get a good idea of really like what exactly you're interested in. So yeah, that's definitely something that I think just adds more value to the degree.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. How about you, Dishalini?
So, my program allows us to take minors, and I am taking business entrepreneurship as a minor. Since information resource management already has a few business course related, taking entrepreneurship will definitely help me know exactly what I would like to dive into once I graduate. So, it helps me both have two pathways in my career. In case one don't work out, I still have another, you know, thing to do.
Yeah, that's very cool. And probably you can learn from one and to bring that knowledge into the other as well. It kind of feeds into each other. So nice. What about you, Quinn?
My program for me, I'm not taking any minors, but I'm streaming in AI. So um, so that adds more for my knowledge about machine learnings and AI in general. So that's a really good thing about my program because it provides a lot of streams for you to choose. And I try to join more clubs and do volunteering and co-ops that related to the thing that I'm taking or learning. So I think that would add to my academic program or my skills in general.
Yeah, that's very cool. Changing tacks a little bit, I'd love to learn a little bit more about the residence experience for those of you that did have a chance to live on campus and in residence. What would be some of the things that you enjoyed most about living on campus? I'll start with Aisha, if that's germane to you.
Yeah, I think living on campus, especially as a first year, just gives you the opportunity to kind of slowly like integrate into this new environment and new experience that you're having because it's kind of like everything is in one place, right? So while like you're dealing with so much, just like coming as an international student and so it just provides you like less worry, I'd say. And the tunnels are definitely a big help because the snow gets a lot. So I would take advantage of that.
How about you, Dishalini?
I couldn't agree more with Aisha. It's definitely true. Coming into a big country, meeting new people is always challenging, but living on res has, made me take things very slow, and meeting other people that also left their country to come to Carleton has also made me feel better in a way because we can all share and relate to each other. And making friends has been a challenge for me too, like everyone, I'm guessing. But little by little, you get to meet other people, discover new culture, and with the different activities that the residence life does for us, it really encourages us to be out there, to put ourselves out there, and to just walk out our comfort zone, explore a little, know a bit more, and also make friends the Canadian way.
That's great. And what about you, Quinn? I don't know if you lived on campus, but what do you have thoughts on this?
Yeah, it was unfortunate for me because I wanted to go and live in the resident on my first year, but it was COVID, so everything was online. But I have friends living in the residence, and they say that they loved it. It's really good opportunity to make more friends because like in first year don't you don't know anyone, and like and I know that in residence they have many events for you to like get used to the life in a residence or the life in a university. So I think it's a really good thing to try.
Yeah, I think everything each of you has said is really true. Like making friends when you first arrive is like a primary kind of goal, and everybody has that same kind of nervous feeling about that. It does take time, but whether you live on campus and you're connected with students through that, or getting involved in different things on campus, the more you do, I think the more you'll put yourself in opportunities to kind of forge those new connections. So from that perspective, I guess I wonder what you guys each think about advice that you might have for international students about attending Carleton for the first time, coming away from home and adjusting to a new culture. If you have any thoughts on that, we'd love to hear it. Aisha, please start.
Yeah, I would say just based off personal experience, I think it's very easy to think that immediately you get here, everything is going to be so easy and you're just going to immediately fit in and everything's just going to fall into place. And when that doesn't happen, you kind of get frustrated with yourself. So I definitely say you have to give yourself some grace and just remember that like this is a new experience and it's going to be hard. It's not a linear thing. Everybody has different ways that they kind of adjust to new situations. So yeah, just take it slow, give yourself some grace, and eventually like everything will fall into place. But if you're too hard on yourself, then that's just extra stress. So yeah.
Good advice. Shalini, what do you think?
Well, firstly, everything will be okay. Like Aisha said, things don't always turn out the way we think they will be, and that's totally fine. Like international students always have a lot of pressure and anxiety to fit in, but that's totally okay. Everyone takes their own time to, try and mingle, try and understand themselves first before understanding others, and tell yourself that also everyone is new to university, and of course as you go you will meet new people, but always find the beauty in knowing others stories as well, and always come into a new country, into a new phase of your life with an open mind.
I love that advice. It's true. Have an open mind and be open to meeting people. And I think a lot of good things come from that. What do you think, Quinn? Do you have thoughts on this too?
Um, yeah, my advice also try to be open minded. Try try new things. Either it's new activities or new food or new friends, new everything. But yeah, just try to get involved as much as you can. There are many clubs, activities in Carleton too for you to join. Recently, I joined a club called the Climbing Club at Carleton. So people just gonna gather at Carleton, and then there will be like one person that has a car and drive us to that indoor rock climbing center, and we just climb together, make friends, and then I know that in that center they have the discount for student that I didn't know before, so that's one of the fun thing to do or to join the clubs and try to networking because you can learn a lot of things from people around you. Be confident um, and go talk to your advisor at school if you don't understand anything or you're stuck with something because there are a lot of advantages and resources that Carleton can provide you.
That's really true. And I guess sort of a follow-up question from this, and this is from the chat as well, but I think it could be an interesting one to explore. But yeah, they were wondering about as new students, how welcoming did you find the community during those first few weeks at school? There any stories or gestures maybe that stand out for you in terms of that first sort of arrival period as you're really just getting used to being here?
Yeah, definitely. I remember hearing just like from back home how Canadians are just such nice people, and like some people would say they're like overly friendly, and I'm just like, well, okay, I guess like I don't know them, but coming here, like I definitely felt that energy. Everybody is so welcoming, I think, and I don't have any particular stories to share, but I would definitely say the Carleton community, particularly, is really welcoming to international students, and they really try to do everything they can just to like make you feel welcome because they know that like this is a new experience, new change, and they kind of want to take some of the burden off.
Yeah, that's really happy. I'm happy to hear that that was your experience. What about you, Shalini? Did you have a similar experience?
Yeah, definitely. The Canadians are very welcoming, and since Carleton has such a diverse community, everyone has been very welcoming. And when I was in res, we had like our residence fellow. They knew like we were from other countries, so they would often come by and ask how it's going, what we're doing, if we're comfortable, and they would always provide us with resources in case we're feeling really like uncomfortable, homesick, and they would always encourage us to discover new things, to try and not really rely on the sadness, and like to see things on the better side. Like Canada is such a big country and the activities here are diverse. We can go on a walk, and like the campus is fabulous. So I would say everyone was very welcoming, and everyone had their open arms in case we weren't feeling very well, or we were feeling homesick. So yeah, I had a good experience.
Happy to hear that too. That's wonderful. Did you have any thoughts you wanted to share on this, Quinn?
I found that the ISSO is very helpful for me because I could answer any of my questions regarding to in international students, and they helped me filing tax for free, and they were really nice, and so that was why I applied to be an international ambassador to help others and to give back what I earned from.
That's great. Giving back is wonderful. I love to hear that as well. We probably only have time for one, maybe two questions. So one I'd like to get at though is sort of that career sort of trajectory that some people might have in their minds as they start their degree. And I'm just wondering if each of you might share how you've been involved in different things on campus that might lead you to a professional outcome or a sense of what you'd like to do once you graduate. And this is broad, so it could include if you've done a co-op term or you're maybe preparing for co-op or clubs and societies or volunteer work or really anything you think that collectively is helping you along those lines. So what were your thoughts, Aisha, on this?
Yeah, so I haven't done a co-op term, but again, health science does offer a lot of opportunities for students to work with professors. So a lot of professors open up their labs for students to be able to volunteer or even do like lab collaborate with them on lab work, so do research projects, which I think is very helpful because the professors in the program, they do like a variety of different things. So again, there's like something for everybody depending on what you're interested in. And I think that's really helpful because it can be a bit hard to get these opportunities after you leave Carleton. So getting like whatever experience you can just from this the way that they have like structured this program is definitely something that's helped me. I haven't done any research yet, but I am trying to get into some labs because I just know that that'll be like vital in like looking for a job later on.
That's great. Lots of different things there. What about you, Shalini?
So, a big part of preparation to, towards the career development is group work personally. So, in class, I've been doing a lot of group work, and, in the working world, most of of the tasks are done individually. However, the discussions and everything, and the approach to other groups and the group work benefits an individual. So I would say working and discussing in groups for like assignments, presentations are key skills and experiences that I have, combined. And also writing a resume and a cover letter has been a big part of my preparation as well. I am not yet in the co-op work terms, but the career department in Carleton has been helping me a lot. And, these services have been really helpful. And I would recommend everyone to, once they're at Carleton, to drop by and to discuss their careers and to have a chat with the staffs, because they're really, really welcoming, and you could definitely tell them what you're working towards, and they will definitely help.
Great advice there. Thank you. And Quinn, I think you might have a lot to say on this one as well. So what were you thinking?
So my career prep is mostly from co-op and the volunteer work for Carleton Computer Science Society. So during these experience, I got to meet a lot of new people, learn how to work as a team, and how to apply the knowledge that I've gained in class into real world context. And the managers that I worked for, they gave me a lot of opportunities to learn different areas that the team members were always happy to help and instructed me through hard tasks. Um, I work very well with my colleague and learn a lot from them, not only about technical skills, but also about their perspectives of life. So I'm currently in my work term, so I made a lot of like new co-ops, like other co-ops in different school from Queens, from McMaster's, from Ottawa, Carleton, like a lot. And then we usually hang out like in the weekend, or like we just had our Montreal trip last month, and it was nice. So yeah, it was nice to like make friends at work, and you can hang out with them after work too. And I think these experiences shaped me into who I am right now. And I know that I will be well prepared to go into the workforce after graduation. Yeah.
That's really, really cool. And I think, yeah, we were talking about networking earlier. That's another type of layer of networking, isn't it? Because you're connecting with people for all these different schools, and you're all going to go forth into different things when you graduate. And you have friendships, which is more important than anything else. But you also know them professionally, probably through LinkedIn, and I'm sure that'll be valuable as well. I think we have time for just one final question, but I think it's a good one to close on. And it's just you guys having a chance to share any final thoughts or advice that you'd like to present to our audience today. So if you have any closing thoughts, or just thinking back to when you were in your final year of high school, thinking through what this would look like for you, what would you like to say to the audience? And we'll start with you, Aisha, again. Thank you again.
Yeah, I think it's just really important to know what you want when you're looking for a university. It can be a very overwhelming process just because there's literally thousands out there, and they're all really good, but you have to think of, what do I want? What am I looking for? What can this school offer me that this school cannot offer me? What are the opportunities, and it's more than just academics. You also have to look up, like, where is this school? Like, what type of people am I going to meet? How am I going to be able to, live here? Can I live here long term? Is it easy for me to actually thrive here instead of just coming to school, surviving, right? So I think you have to try and look at it from a very broad perspective. It can be very daunting, but it really helps when you're able to hear, experiences of students just like this, so that at least you're not just interacting with a school website, just listening to everything they're telling you. So yeah, and good luck with everybody and their applications, and I hope it all works out.
That's great. Thank you very much. Disha, lady, over to you.
Okay. What I would like to say is to be prepared mentally to face all kinds of situations and people. Life is tough. You guys are taking a big step, some of you from high school to uni. And remember that everything matters. And like I read the chat and I seen someone wrote, there's something for everyone, and it's true. And there is always something for you to do. And Canada is a rich country, and Ottawa, Carleton, and Ottawa is a richer city, so you will never get bored to do different things and finding yourself, finding new friends, digging into new cultures, and don't be scared of anything and come with an open mind. Good luck, everyone.
Wonderful words of wisdom. Thank you. And Quinn, what were your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I think university time is fine. It's a wonderful experience to learn more about yourself in the academic way or like as a human in general. So you will know what you really like or what you don't like. And in high school, I thought I would like this or I don't like this. But then I just realized that, oh, or maybe I should try to do this path or this way. And there are so many people that can give you some advice about your life that you wouldn't know that those people will like change your path of life. And also because living home and moving to another country and trying to live by your own may be difficult sometimes, but I can assure that you will be fine, and you will be more mature. You can take care of yourself, and then just be a better person. So yeah, good luck.
That's really great. I think we've heard some awesome advice from all three of you. Yeah, remember everybody, long journeys begin with a single step. And yeah, take time to explore and engage. Beyond today, we had a small amount of time to share the student experience, but I want everybody listening to know that you can connect with our panel today and other international ambassadors through our carleton.ca/international website for real-time chats. So you can continue the conversation after today. Don't feel like it has to conclude because I think they have valuable insight to share with you. So a big thank you to the panel for taking time out of the weekend to join us for this. I think you guys had amazing information to share with everybody. So I thank you as well. And also, I want to thank the audience for taking time out of the weekend as well. I hope you found this to be very informative. This does conclude our formal set of presentations. So the good news is, I guess there was a lot of information for you to take in today, but we will be sending you recordings of the sessions as well as information on the next steps. So stay tuned for that to come soon by email. You can also book one-on-one appointments with our international admissions team, which will allow you to ask specific questions beyond this weekend. Maybe you heard something that you want to learn more about. Maybe you didn't have co-op on your application, but you'd like to add it. You'd like to explore that with us further. So do take time to follow up and know that these steps are available for you as we go beyond today. So thank you so much again. At this stage, we do have our live and interactive question and answer session in the lounge, and each of the members of our team will be at a table, and you can speak to all of us about anything related to coming to Carleton. So feel free to join us at those tables shortly. Winners of the contest will be announced at some point soon. And just finally, thank you so much again for joining us today. It was an absolutely lovely day. So we appreciate that.